Hello, hello. I'm Fruza from Earfeeder, and I'm here with
Cassandra Jenkins.
Amazing. And we think that a cool way to get to know artists is just to get to know the kind of music that they're listening to. So we were wondering, are there any kind of essential kind of albums that you think everyone should know about?
Essential albums that everyone should know about that are like out now or just ever?
Ever.
Oh, God. Well, I'm thinking about The Color Blue right now. And when I sort of came of age, my father gave me 2 records, Joni Mitchell's Blue and Kind of Blue. And I don't know, if the blue thing was a really thought through concept, but that pairing of albums for me has always been just so deeply ingrained in my nervous system, and that music is really important to me. And those are 2 of the greatest artists of our time. So it's funny to shout out the absolute greats, but I really have to. And I think about The Color Blue a lot, and it's not my favorite color, actually.
Okay. What's your favorite color?
Red, poppy red. But I do love writing about The Color Blue, and I love thinking about it. So those are my 2 most essential albums.
Thank you so much. I love Joni Mitchell's Blue. It's one of my faves. So timeless. We were also wondering, aside from those albums, what do you think are kind of key albums that would define your sound, either for this new record, My Light, My Destroyer, or for previous kind of eras?
Okay, well, I think each record that I've put out, it gives away its sort of obsessions at the moment. I think I get really obsessed with something, and the way that I learn about it is to sort of digest it and try things on and experiment. And I think no matter what I do, even if I tried to copy someone, I will always fail in some way, and it'll end up being my own thing. So I think I love studying the music that I love and kind of internalizing it and putting it through my own machine, in a sense. So every record's very different. You can hear on Play Till You Win, which I put out in 2017, it's like George Harrison all over town. The diminished chord, the minor 7 flat 5 chord is all over that record, and you hear it. And on this one, I think you'll hear similar moves. On My Light, My Destroyer, you'll hear the first beat of a bar dropped. The drop 1 is all over this record. It's kind of tucked into every song, and I can't remember where I first heard that. You'll hear it in all kinds of music, but I think that's it's as similar to the diminished chord of Play Till You Win. But in terms of albums and artists, this one was all over the place, but I have to say My Light, My Destroyer is very much my teenage CD wallet.
Okay.
Just regurgitated and kind of digested over the years, and then spit out almost to kind of give my teenage self a little bit of what she's always wanted. And now that I'm older, all my friends have that much more experience, all these years of playing guitar. The way that I could have tried to express myself in high school is very different from how I can express myself now, which is all these people that I knew when I was a kid, now they're all incredible musicians, and we can actually make it sound the way that I want it to, and we know how to use a recording studio in a way that I didn't when I was 16. So I really feel a lot of that would be the Pixies and Radiohead and
Pavement.
Pavement,
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Some of the the Breeders, definitely Hole, and what else? The Cardigans. I mean, the music that I was obsessed with as a kid really came through. There's a touch of my favorite James Taylor record, which is New Moonshine, which I listened to recently when I was stuck in traffic and getting really aggro. I was like, it's time for JT. But you'll hear a lot of different things. You'll also hear a little bit of Floating Points on Beetlejuice. I feel I was very inspired by their record with Pharoah Sanders. I was obsessed with that record, and I think it comes through a little bit. You also get a little bit of warmth from those older jazz recordings, like Kind of Blue, in that song, I think. But Robert Ashley, a lot of poets.
Okay.
Maggie Nelson, Ann Carson, Robert Ashley. Who else? Yeah, a lot of poetry for sure.
Thank you so much for sharing. Is there an album of the year that you have been really loving that came out in 2024?
The 𝓼𝓾𝓫𝓮 record is really, really amazing. It's something that we listened to the other day while we were soundchecking, like setting up our gear, because it was just calming and just what we needed. What else? I have to admit, I tend to digest things really slowly. So everyone had Brat Summer. I am having Brat Fall. Just because I finally listened to it on the drive up here, actually. And yeah, I feel like I like to take my time with things. So I'm trying to think what else has come out this year. I think sometimes when you're putting out a record too, it can be really hard to have space in your heart to like really open up to other people's music.
For sure.
But now that it's been out for a little while, I'm starting to catch up and listen to things. What else? I would say right now my record of the year is the 𝓼𝓾𝓫𝓮 guitar record. And it's kind of the thing that centers me, especially in the chaos of touring.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. That was all the questions that we had. Thank you very much.